The tradition of women changing their last name has always been a part of the African culture. In the Western world, it was also a common practice before it officially got signed into law in the 70s. Why do women go from being part of the parents' family to becoming their husbands? Why shouldn't women retain their first identity as men do, despite the enormous advancements in gender equality? Okay, wait. Perhaps we should start from the very beginning. What is in a name? What is its significance and what does it represent?
Will I allow my wife to bear a maiden name? Absolutely no, because the Bible says two become one. So she carries my identity.
No, I don't think they would want to give up their surnames for anything.
Over time, things are changing, you know what I mean?
If my wife is a famous person, like she's been famous with her name, I think she should continue with her name.
It's Battle of the Sexes, guys! What's in a name?
We have some intelligent gentlemen and ladies who seem to have the perfect response to this puzzle.
A name is just an embodiment of a person. So whatever your name is who you are.
Your name is what people will remember you for.
Culture, basically.
Will I ever change my name for love?
For love, not for money.
No, no, no. No.
If it's Dangote or like Otedola or like Okwache, yeah, of course I'll change it for love. I'm just kidding. Definitely yes. I don't want to be bushy. Okay, yes.
Will I allow my wife to bear a maiden name? Absolutely no, because the Bible says two become one. So she carries my identity.
Over time, things are changing, you know what I mean?
I don't like to be in one box for too long.
If he refuses to take on my surname, does that make him a misogynist? No, it doesn't.
And if it's traditionalism, it's too deep for me. I'll carry my two slippers. I can't let. I'm not going to marry that kind of person. If it now happens that it was pretending to not be so traditional, I now got home and I found out that it's very, very traditional, and he brings his true color and says I have to be a surname, I'll bring my true color too and say we are going legal.
So who is marrying who now? So who is changing identity? The man or the woman? No, absolutely not. That would be a joke.
Unless there's a particular, clause, like you said, like what if there's a property to be inherited?
It's not in any way. I don't think that was the whole idea from the beginning when their forefathers, yeah, because it's not my tradition. Yeah, their forefathers started it. So I don't think in any way it's a means to just suppress women.
What do I think about compound names? I was still telling my mother that I'm going to join my name with my husband's name.
Especially when it sounds really nice. Dum, 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 dum.
If they tell you the origin of all these names, some of them, now tortoise, cats, all those animals, now they give all those names. They just use until link and give your papa. Like that. You just collect name.
Compound name is absolute waste of characters and absolute wasting of debtors in a form. That's all.
Or what do I define as equality in a marriage? I think it's very simple, really. I think it's about love. Love your woman the way you want your woman to love you.
I would rather stand for equity. I think everybody should have the portion that they deserve, the portion that should be allocated to them, more than demanding the same size cut. You know what equality means?
Where the man cooks, the woman cooks, we all go to work together. Yo, it's a wonderful home. Yes, I am down for that.
I feel like it completely takes away from the woman's identity. It takes away from her family. It takes away from her roots. Come on, like you practically own this woman already, and we are not objects. We're humans. So yes, please, dead it.
Your wife is not a slave. Your wife is your partner. So a relationship is a union between a man and a woman. So the fact that I'm carrying my name, she's carrying my name does not take her right away from her. She wants to go to Harvard, you want to go to secondary school, that's her choice. You must allow. So there's equality. Not only equality, a marriage should enforce a egalitarian society.
What do I think about my children having compound names? Great. Like I said, let it sound nice. If it doesn't sound nice, throw one name away.
I'm not trying to pretend, yeah, because I know a lot of people say, and it will not happen. My G, many people define money. I'm among those people. If my child is going to take my wife's father's name, I don't think it will be because of any other thing than money. I don't think so.
If my husband is not going to frown at it, of course, I would love my children to have my name and my husband's name.
Except for a reason like what I mentioned earlier. He is Babalola and I am Otedola. We will not debate it. All of us are taking Otedola. If you want to continue to bear your Babalola, God bless you, baby. But when we are outside, though, we'll be Mr. and Mrs. Otedola. When we go for your family function, we'll be Mr. and Mrs. Babalola. Sure, you understand? Because we cannot be disgracing me.
So, should we just scrap it all together?
No, definitely no, like a big no, because it has been in our culture for a very, 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 very long time.
It all boils down to, the two people involved. If you feel like you want to change your surname, fine,
It's no big deal. We've signed the papers in court. We've signed it in the traditional marriage. We all know, our families know. We have the ring, or if you don't want to have the ring, fine.
If they mention Funke Akindele or they mention JJC surname now, for example, everybody that will be an artist. If you mention Ali Baba's surname, they know that this is a comedian family. Ayo Makun. But if any Makun that you are going to ask him, are you from Ayo Makun's family? What do you do? This is Dangote, this is Dan Tata. There is separation. So surname is critical so that we can continue to pass messages. It's called something that is called genealogy. From one generation to the other, you can pass bits, pass histories, pass ideas, and people knows values to uphold over time. So surname should never be.
These are the leaders of both gender, and they're about to have a face-off on the topic on the table.
Okay, so I think it is God's gift to man for women to take their last name. Meaning that you are my wife, you take my name. No matter how ugly the name sounds, you are taking that name.
Really? Are we still talking about this? Like, are we having this kind of conversation in this time and age where women have proven over time how well they are, a big part of the world as it is right now? Why would you, because of God's gift to man, say that a woman cannot allow herself to stand as an individual? Even though you're getting married to her, that doesn't mean that she loses her identity overall. She's still an individual in the marriage. So why is this even an issue? Why?
Okay, so quick one. How does a woman lose her identity by taking my last name?
Okay, let's go back to the female child. Growing up, back then, the female child is not allowed to aspire beyond a certain level. It's either you pick it up, learn how to do the domestic chores, and then, of course, you're bearing your father's name.
ABCs,
and then from that point on, the idea is for who is going to marry my daughter. And it's like a handover ceremony, basically. That's what marriage looks like then. You basically hand over that female child to the next man that comes, or the man that eventually comes to, marry the daughter. And then the identity of the child as an individual is lost. You're either your father's daughter or someone's wife.
Okay.
At no point in time is the question posed to the woman, what do you want to do with your life beyond all of this? Yeah, that's how it has been over time.
As a young man too, when you watch your parents do the, lovey-dovey thing, and they're parenting at the same time, we also aspire to, meet B, and then take B, and then give B our last name. And it's African, by the way.
Wait, why do you feel entitled to give B your last name?
Oh, okay. So let's come down to the modern land.
What are you basically giving her when you give her that last name?
So this is Africa, this is Nigeria.
Yeah.
And basically there are certain things that we do here. Number one, before a man is officially accepted as one of the in-laws, he has certain rights that he has to do, especially in the Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo part of Nigeria.
The major tribes.
And as long as those certain things are still seen as a priority, a man goes to your home, asks for, request to marry and settle, and then this man, Dobales.
I like that we're bringing culture into this.
People collect money for, especially the Igbos, by the way. They'll collect money for, all those traditional things.
Yeah, so that
then you now tell me, after going through that route, that you're not going to take my last name. Ojo.
So in other words, you bought yourself an individual. Is that what you're saying?
No.
You've earned the right to give her your surname.
In fact, it's not just giving her my surname.
Here's the thing. I like it when people, pick and, it's like cherry picking. When it's right for you to bring in the culture, you spice it. But when it suits you, you remove it. I can tell you authoritatively that some families don't even do all that. They skip that part.
Those families are really westernized families.
Western, you call it westernized. They have realized that it is redundant. Well, at the end of the day, you still pay all these things, and at the end of the day, woman goes to the husband's house and she's still maltreated there. So what is the whole point?
Wait. So this particular thing you just said has nothing to do with taking names, whether a woman's maltreated.
I'm saying it's still part of the treatment you bestow on the woman you're marrying.
If I come to your family and I say, boy meets girl, I've got eye, we've reached that level. Your parents are going to ask me to do that same traditional rites that you think are not valid anymore.
So are those the thing? Wait, I want to try and understand. The reason for you demanding that she bears your surname, is it because of the cultural rites, the things you did?
So it's going to be weird. I'm going out with my family, and I get to meet some people, and I say, oh, I want to introduce my wife. Her name is, and then she has another last name, and it doesn't suit our society. It doesn't work.
See, man was not made for laws,
and it's not
were made for
marriage.
Man.
So if we lose those little things that make us Africans, those things that the culture, the kola nuts, the palm wine, the last name, when we lose all those things, we are no longer Africans. We've lost the essence of being called African.
But do you realize that the essence or the tradition of a woman taking on the surname stems from an idea from way back in the past? The idea of a woman being owned by a man. The idea that whatever is inside a man's house is considered his property, including the woman.
Wild facts. People naturally love to discover they share the same surname with a person who's famous for his or her achievements.
It's Battle of the Sexes, guys!
Under what circumstance should a man take on his wife's name?
If the man, yes, marriage is for better for worse, but if the man become a recalcitrant fugitive, there is no gainsaying for the woman to ensure that she separates herself from the identity. But nevertheless, marriage is for better for worse. But it gets to a point like the woman cannot carry that name because iPhone 5, iPhone 6 stories will never fade away. So in such situations, woman is allowed to carry their name.
Maybe if she comes from a really influential home, like if she comes from a really influential family, like the Otedolas or the Dangotes or the Abatras of this world, I think that's the only reason why he should consider changing his name, because I mean, names like that open doors.
If his surname is Babalola and her surname is, where's your daddy? Otedola, Babatemi, Baba.
Who even made this whole law to take a man's surname in the first place? Like, we should just hey, I'm married to Jack. I'm Jack's wife, and that's the end. Can we just leave it that way? If we had the chance to do that, it's fine. I'll keep my father's surname. He keeps his surname. Obviously, he'll keep his surname because is this still a man's world? No, it's a man's world. It's our world now.
If our life depends on it, you know what I mean? So, I'll probably do, not even probably, I will. Like, you can't die. I want you for the rest of, eternity. Because we have plans to do plenty of things, if you know what I mean? Like, make money, make babies, do other things, which I'm not telling you. But, if our life depends on it, like, why not? Yeah, I'll let it,
How now? The whole idea is to have a popular surname that really works for my family, that will open door for myself and my children. What? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Agbabiakas. Sorry. Yeah. But come on, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. The surname is key. The surname should be a surname that will open doors. So I'll pass on that one. No.
I could allow my children do that, but for me, I don't think money will make me take it.
Why don't you want to take my last name? That's what I need to know.
What I'm trying to bring out is I don't have to.
Why?
I don't have to anymore.
Why? So you want to go out on the street and then we are moving together, we're wearing wedding bands.
Yes.
And I'm introducing as this is my wife. Her name is Debbie. Debbie
Elenio.
and I'm like, me I'm Olamide Otedola. Does it make sense? It doesn't work.
Look, I'm going to tell you that all of those things that you mentioned are kind of like secondary. What matters is both of you being happy in a marriage. And I don't think that
I can't be happy if that's what you're saying.
And I don't think
having
having the same surname is a guarantee. So you mentioned Otedola earlier. So just imagine, although I'm not related in any way, I would like to be.
Yeah, well, I'm taking the name now. That's what I'm saying.
But just if I had that surname,
yeah,
Otedola, and I'm getting married to you, Elenio, are you telling me that I would have to drop Otedola for your name?
Yes.
If you're going to look at because I think we're being too sentimental here, and that's one of the reasons. That's one of the issues that people have.
What makes a man proud in this particular circumstance is that I'm able to marry Elenio is marrying.
So why are you marrying me? Wait, why are you marrying? Are you marrying me to?
It is now Debbie Elenio.
Are you marrying? Are you marrying to
Otedola?
Are you marrying to own me, or you're marrying so that we can live together, love each other for better, for worse? Why? What's the purpose of marriage?
Okay, so even in the Bible,
yes,
it says to become one.
Yes.
So they have to be a leader.
But they didn't tell you.
And the man is on top.
I like that we're cherry picking. We've gone from African custom. I'm sorry, we've gone from African customs.
The man is ending the relationship.
We've gone from African customs and traditions
to
Western religion. I hope you guys are following the progression of this conversation. You see why I say we're cherry picking when it suits us. So all those things. Does it not say to you that men are deciding how these things are going? That we're not by ourselves, individually saying this is what I want, not what the society wants.
In many words, you are saying something that is not true.
How?
See, men, African men to be particular now, we are not here to dominate our women. We are here to support, provide, lift them, and give them the necessary things.
So if I tell you, holding on to my father's surname gives me my identity, is an identity I've lived with for maybe 20 or 25 years before I met you. Why do you want me to toss that away?
That means you're not ready for marriage.
Why? In what way?
You're not ready for marriage. Because if you're ready for marriage, you will lose the name the moment you meet me.
And so I become who?
You become mine. My own.
Is that not what we are trying to say here? This is a property situation.
It's not a property.
It is a property situation.
It's
a property situation.
You cannot get married
because
to
the moment you're marrying me, you're basically telling me I own you. Isn't that what you're saying?
I'm not saying I own you.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying two become one.
Yes, two become one.
While I'm the leader.
Is there any situation, is there ever any time that you will think it's a good idea for me to retain my father's name?
When we divorce and you pack your load and you leave my house, you can take your name back. Simple.
See, that's the point. Now, when I divorce, or if I divorce,
you will not divorce. You will take my name.
No, here's the thing. We're married. I take your name. We divorce. Whose name do I revert to now?
You go back
to my exactly a name that I left, a name that I have now changed professionally, a name that has now affected who I am as a person. You now want me to toss that name again? When you as a woman you work, and when you work, whatever achievements come under that work that you put in goes with the name that you bear.
Now Debbie's got a point there. How do you revert to a name you initially tossed away?
So are you telling me for the 2 years or 5 years or whatever years I stayed with that man, all the things I achieved
as much as
will go, Mrs. Elenio just disappears again.
No.
That's the thing.
Even the likes of Beyonce knows. Kata.
I like that you say Beyonce knows.
There's Kata.
That Kata is an afterthought. Let me just tell you that one.
She says she's Kata. Sasha Fierce. So
let me tell you something.
Think about it.
See, if I say Beyonce Kata, would you know who I was referring to on Just Like? If I say Beyonce Kata.
She's Beyonce Kata.
Yes, but would you think, if not for that famous first name, which I like that she has done, she was very wise in deciding that her first name, because no man will start arguing, no, you will change that first name.
The point is she took her husband's last name. She's Mrs. Kata.
Do you know the worst one?
Mrs. Kata.
Let me tell you the worst part.
Even Nigerian.
The worst part is when the man not only dictates that she changes her name to his last name. He now says, you will take my first name and now add it to the surname and now add it to your name. What?
Funny enough, after divorce, a woman is given the chance to either retain her married name, be known for her maiden, or the former. The man cannot request you drop his name.
It's Battle of the Sexes, guys!
I wonder if the case would be different if she had a famous surname that rings a bell and could open absolutely any door. Imagine being offered $100,000 to take on your wife's name. Now this is attractive, and it sounds too good to pass up. Let's see if this would change the minds of our contributors just a little bit.
Yes, I will change my surname for $100,000.
You need to pay me more money for me to change my surname, not $100,000, you know what I mean?
It's something I could consider. It's not a bad idea though. Like, I mean,
My pops is dead, but if I don't collect that money, I sure say the guy go wake up. See me better slap.
I like money.
Our lead contributors aren't letting this go. They obviously have a lot to let off their chest.
So, if you take my name and you are now Debbie Olamide Leni, what is wrong with that? Why are you not proud?
There's nothing
Is
wrong.
there something wrong with me that you don't want to associate with me?
I
in
should have a
public?
choice. So
No,
that
it's not
when
about
police
choice.
arrest me, they will know it is Debbie Otedola, not Debbie Elenio. And when I also win a prize, it is still me as
Why
a
do
person.
you want to get into trouble?
It's
So
not
that you can defend your
See,
no, but think about it, jokes apart.
all the accolades and the negative parts, let me bear it as an individual. Why do I have to share everything? Why do I have to get so consumed with the marriage that I lose myself in it? That I don't have anything to call my own. I get married to you, I bear your children, I do everything for you. Why can't I have my name?
Are surnames really overrated? Why wouldn't a man let go of his name at the drop of a hat?
Why?
See, names are
Why is
overrated.
it
You
such a
don't
oh,
need
no,
the
it's
name.
right.
You don't need the name.
If I gave you my father's surname, you will not say it's overrated though.
No. They're overrated to women, not men.
You see?
It's that simple.
If my father, the billionaire that he is, Otedola, decides that he is going to be the one, taking care of, basically extending his hand of, charity and making sure that we're well established. And if he offers to you, this is the only child I have. I want to have a son. Hold on, I want to have a grandson that will continue to bear my name. Would you reject my father's request?
There is no point in time that I've said I will reject charity.
Everyone's got a prize. Wahoo! How do you call this charity?
Because I'm the only daughter, and it's the only chance of, like, you as a man, you would understand. He also wants his
I
name
will
to
not
continue.
understand that my own children will bear your father's name. How does that work?
Well, that name,
in which comic book
the name that
will you
carries
use that
weight,
one?
the name that carries weight. I think you should even be proud that he's going to offer you that
I'm
kind
only
of.
proud about the money. That's the truth. It's just the money.
But to be honest, there will never ever come a time that when you allow your wife to bear her own name.
No. It doesn't work to be. It doesn't work in this society. It doesn't even
Why
work
do you
elsewhere.
keep saying the society is what I'm trying to understand?
Tell me one Nigerian couple that the wife is not bearing the name of the husband.
I know.
And do not say Joke Silva.
No.
Do not
But
say
I would
that.
then say Joke Silva.
But there's a Jacobs behind that name.
Which may not.
But this
which
is
may or may not
Nigeria
apply.
now.
Professionally,
Debbie,
she's not as
this
Joke
is Nigeria. We're
Silva.
Nigerians. It's not our culture. It is very alien.
What became,
Even
look, our culture is our way of life that we have chosen to live. So if we decide to change things as they are, it could also become our culture.
No.
Why are we stuck on the things that don't add anything to us? Except,
the only thing that
except
will work.
fuel male
The only
ego.
thing that will work. If you like, let's go to the north, south, east, and west. Is my name, my surname, and there's nothing else. That's it. The end. So it will be Debbie Olamide Elenio. I've put that one now. So you have to take it.
But I think a supportive man and a reasonable man won't say anything wrong in it.
Okay,
But
so
a man that is filled by his ego would definitely say something wrong in a wife.
What is a man without his ego?
Because he only
Please,
sees her.
somebody
Because he only sees
help
her.
me ask
Because
her.
he only sees her as an extension of himself. So that's why.
But that is me being proud of you.
Exactly, that pride,
extension
that
of
male
myself.
ego will not allow you see beyond what you should. And which is the fact that your wife is still an individual.
It's Battle of the Sexes, guys.
We've heard strong points so far, but it seems our contributors still have more to say.
Do what works for you. If you and your husband like compound names, go on. If you prefer one name, go on. If you prefer to not bear his name, fine. Talk about it and reach an agreement before you go. But the cocoa, look before you leap. Know the kind of person you're gonna marry before you marry. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just be open-minded. I know that this is Africa, and you know, this whole surname thing, men hold it tight to their chest, which is fine. It is fine. But hey, I mean, times are, you know, we are becoming more modern. You know, let's just have an open mind about these things.
Guys, it's 2020. If she wants to keep her name, compound her name, just let it be. All that really matters is the love and the marriage, is the love and the relationship. Come on, man. It's 2020. It's not name we're thinking about, though. It's money, love, children. What is that thing? Sex. Yeah, it's not by name.
There you have it, folks. That's the battle of the sexes for the day. In case you missed it, here's some salient points from the contributors. First up is Miss Ayomide, who said,
What do I think about compound name? I was still telling my mother that I'm going to join my name with my husband's name.
Especially when it sounds really nice. Dum, 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 dum.
And then we had a Mr. Nee, a typical African man, who said,
A name is just an embodiment of a person. So whatever your name is who you are.
Then remember when the boys were asked if they'd change their names for love or a whooping $100,000?
Will I ever change my name for love?
For love, not for money.
Definitely yes. I don't want to be bushy. Okay, yes.
Yes, I'll change my surname for $100,000.
My pops is dead, but if I don't collect that money, I sure see the guy go wake up, see me better slap.
I like money.
Mr. Olamide, aka Elenia, would like to leave us with some wise words.
This thing is a very simple matter. Don't go and be fooled by what is going on in the world today and social media. Even the so-called Americans that like to, do paparazzi, they still take the name of their husband. Yes, in show business, sometimes you hear it, but when you go and check their passports, it's the name of the husband that is there. Don't be fooled though. See, it's simple. A man likes to give out his name to his bride so that he can show off. That's the end. No more argument. Take it that way.
Now that didn't sit well with Debbie. She has final words for everyone watching. This one is for you, despite your gender.
There is no particular reason, no specific reason to make or want a man hold on to an age-long relic, something that obviously doesn't do anything rather than fuel his ego. And I know I'm talking to a reasonable man out there. Ask yourself, why? Why still this tradition? Why does it exist? What does it do? Even though it's a marriage, two becomes one, yes, but she's still an individual with aspirations. And with those aspirations, you can't just, erase how many, the years that she's lived on earth just because she's married to you. You can't just, So I don't think it's something that we should be so, against. So why not? Why not give it a try? Yeah.
We hope you found something useful from today's show. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Battle of the Sexes.